Tim. Welcome to Watch You Want, and thanks for logging on. Today we're looking at the Ulysse Nardin Quadrato Dual Time Perpetual Calendar. In 18-karat yellow gold, you can see this Ulysse Nardin Quadrato on our website, watchyouwant.com. Purchase it there if you like, and if you enjoy these videos, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, Watch You Want Inc. Now, 9 times out of 10, when I make these videos, I start with the fit and the feel, but I merely hold the strap or the bracelet to my wrist rather than buckling it completely. This time I've made an exception for one specific reason. I wanted to demonstrate just how unlikely and, quite frankly, how excellent the fit of this immense gold watch on my smaller wrist is. Now, my wrist is 6 1/3 inches, 16 centimeters in circumference, and I have to say that if it weren't for the outstanding camber of this case, that is, the curvature of the case, the small and sharply downward swept lugs, and the superb conforming strap, which you can see leaves no gap with the flank of the case, I couldn't pull off this 60mm lug-to-lug case. 14.5 millimeters thick. It's an immense, massive chunk of gold, and massive is the operative word. The ergonomics of this watch make it a success even if your wrist is smaller than mine. So while the watch measures 42 millimeters across, it's actually a far larger presence on the wrist, but the miracle of UN is that it actually works. And a big part of the credit goes to this superb double deployant matching yellow gold clasp. Now the clasp is surprising because as monolithic and imposing as the case is, the clasp is that sensuous, that delicate, almost like a piece of miniature sculpture rendered and finely finished in yellow gold. It's beautiful to look at. All of the arms are beautifully rounded off by hand, polished, grained. You can see the inset UN logo, and you can see the outstanding ergonomics of the double fold deployant, which is easier to strap to a smaller wrist than the single big up and over of a single fold. Likewise, the security of twin triggers, cleverly incorporated using the swing arm as the spring mechanism, so this one needs twin trigger release to open. It won't pop open, it's not friction fit, and because it's a nice low profile piece, when closed it actually has the elegance of a traditional pin buckle. Nice juxtaposition of form and mass, but this is the main event. Huge, sculpted, like I said, imposing is the word, massive is the feel, but the dial is brilliantly legible. Now in 1996, Ulysse Nardin unveiled its Ludwig Oechslin-designed perpetual calendar system, revolutionary because you could adjust all the indications from the crown, and you could adjust it forward and backward with no hazard to the movement. This Ulysse Nardin in-house caliber UN32 continues that tradition, and with the Quadrato you gain the advantage of a second time zone. So you have all manner of time being told here: day, date, month, year, and a remote time zone with AM/PM indication. Now you adjust the hour hand at center backwards and forwards using the pushers on the case flanks. All of the other indications are driven from the crown itself. And again, not only can you safely move it backwards, something possible with no other perpetual calendar, but this is one of the few perpetual calendar mechanisms that's actually programmed to outsmart the year 2100 exception on the Gregorian calendar. You simply reset it by hand. Now, the depth of the dial, the detail, the layers that build it up and prevent it from looking sheer, austere, or some might say a little bit barren in this huge case, are clever in that they add depth and texture, but they also add color and character. You can see the use of blue, you can see the use of gold applied elements, you can see the juxtaposition of the horizontal striation of the guilloche and the circular form of the raised chapter ring. Again, like the clasp itself, it's a surprisingly sensitive and subtle artistic treatment that breaks up the otherwise overpowering mass of this case and the expanse of this dial. Now on the case back, you can see the UN caliber 32. 34 jewels. It has the added refinement of not just being a perpetual dual time with a one-of-a-kind fore and aft adjustment mechanism, but it's also a COSC chronometer, so exceptionally precise. The legacy of Ludwig Oechslin lives, but grows more refined with in-house watchmaking savoir-faire at UN these days. It's all being done under one roof, and likewise, we come back to that immense case. Worth mentioning, this too is built by Ulysse Nardin, one of the most remarkable manufacturers in Swiss high horology. It is avant-garde, sometimes in the extreme, but maybe the ultimate genius of the company is that it knows how to make avant-garde work, practically and with purpose. See this Ulysse Nardin Quadrato Dual Time Perpetual in yellow gold, and take it home on our website, watchyouwant.com.